how to delegate work to employees effectively. You delegate the task, but not the authority, and that's why the employees just keep coming back. Everything feels like a bottleneck. A lot of times we think employees are failing because of incompetency, when it's usually they're failing because we haven't given them a roadmap. By the end of this video, you're going to have a step-by-step process on how to delegate work that actually stays delegated. So we deal with a lot of business owners at Business on Purpose between 3 and 100 employees, and as we start to work with them, we hear their stories. Some are good, some not. And this was one particular story that was a little bit frustrating. This was a contractor owner, and he had delegated this authority for material purchasing to one of his team members, and the team member made about a $30,000 mistake. Yeah, that's frustrating. And so, of course, the client came back to us and like, this person made a $30,000 mistake. And when we started to dig a little bit, we realized that the owner thought he delegated authority when really what he did was just sort of abdicate a task and said, hey, you're in charge of material ordering from now on. No training, no process, no accountability, just you're in charge, and there it went. And what that ultimately leads to is a breakdown. And we've got to start effectively delegating in order that we don't have those mistakes. But I also understand that mistake is what freaks you out and keeps you from delegating in the first place. So we're going to change that by giving you some confidence of an objective process to help you delegate so you've got confidence in what it is that you're delegating to. All right, so I've put on one board sort of 4 methods that I want you to think about when we're delegating that I think will be super helpful. Each one of these can be a bit of an exercise to help you in thinking about. So when we think about the delegation, a couple things to look at. Number one, we need to PTA, or process, train, and hold accountable. But then the question is, what do we process? Well, a quick way to do that is to come down here to what we call our master process roadmap. Every business has 4 foundational cornerstones called the 4 Ps. In fact, I've got another video. You can click on the link below to walk you through our Business on Purpose operating system. The 4 Ps and the 4 core. And so the 4 core is what I want to focus on. These are the 4 core systems that exist in every business. Doesn't matter what you're selling. You can be selling ice cream or AI bots. You could sell drones or sport coats like this one. Kind of look like Mr. Rogers, don't I? Anyway, so you've got this master process roadmap, and in here your 4 core: marketing, sales, operations, and administration. Marketing, sales, operations, administration. So when you go down here, if you did a little exercise, set your timer for 15 minutes, and just took a pen and started to map out all the little processes that exist within marketing, the processes within sales, the processes in operations and administration and accounting. Now all of a sudden you know what to document, process, so that you can train and hold accountable. Now with that, you're like, sometimes I do that, but I don't train regularly. That's what we have the anchor for. So this is a tool. By the way, all this can be done on spreadsheets. This is a tool. It's a simple spreadsheet. Imagine 52 columns for the 52 weeks of the year. And then on your vertical column here on the left-hand side, you put marketing, sales, ops, and admin. So your 4 core systems that are over here. So all your marketing processes, a collection of processes are what make up a system. All your marketing processes, you're going to do process number 1, number 2, number 3, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, all throughout the entire year. And so you've got this method, this repetition that you go throughout, and we do this with what we call repetition, predictability, and meaning, or the RPMs of great leadership. So with repetition, you train on your marketing process that you have processed out, you've trained, and now you've got a mechanism for accountability with that thing. So how do you delegate the tasks that you're doing? So I've talked about it from a macro perspective, PTA, master process roadmap, to brain dump of all the processes that exist within the 4 core systems, and then a way to repetitively, predictably, meaningfully train these out. But let's talk about your role as the owner. And there are a lot of tasks that you're currently doing right now that frankly you don't need to be doing, but how do you know what those things are, and how do you find the people to be able to do it? So let's talk about how you know first. This is what we call our delegation roadmap. Again, spreadsheet, super simple, and it goes in 4 categories that we're going to do. The first thing you can do is you can go down to the master process roadmap down here and figure out all the processes that you wrote down. There should be hundreds down here eventually. Of all those processes, how many of those do you actually do? And just write them down here in the column. All the little tasks that you do. And I want the big task and I want the small task. If you take out the trash for your business, I want you to write down, take out the trash. If you still do bank runs in the business, I want you to write down bank runs. All the small things, and then all the big things, customer meetings, team member appointments, team meetings, whatever it might be, write everything down. You should have no less than 50 or 60 of these tasks as your role as the owner. Step number 2 in the delegation roadmap is we're going to objectively measure how much time each one of those tasks take. And so if it takes you 5 minutes a day, then you're going to put 5 minutes times 5 days a week of your work, and so you're going to put 25 minutes a week. And so you're going to go minutes per week. Well, what if I only do a task once a month, like payroll, or once a year, like some sort of vision strategy or whatever? Super simple. Take how long it takes you to do that task, and if it's in a month, divide it by 4. If it's in a year, divide it by 52. We want to get the average amount of time for each one of these tasks on a weekly basis, so we understand what an average week looked like if we were to add all of those tasks up. Third step we're going to do is measure it for energy. Let's go back to the Roman Colosseum. The Caesars, the emperors, remember they would do this in front of the people and hold it up. So thumbs up, it gives me energy. Thumbs down, it sucks the life out of me. And a sideways thumb, in the gamecock world, we call that a cockspur. If you're in Hawaii, it's that hang loose or whatever. And that in the middle is going to be a neutral. So it's up, down, or neutral. And this is, it gives me energy, it sucks the life out of me, or it's like, I don't mind. It's okay. It's no big deal. Fourth category is we're going to rank this via what I call delegatability. Don't look that word up. I just made it up. And so delegatability is a 1, a 2, or a 3. This task that I wrote down is at a 1, meaning I am the only one positively anywhere in the world who can do this. Little hint, you should only have 1 or 2 or 3 of those. For instance, the vision of your business is a 1 because that's something you need to come up with. Payroll in your business is not a 1. You can get somebody else to do that. A number 2 is, I thought I was the only one who could do this, but now that I'm listening to you, especially because you got a Mr. Rogers cardigan sweater on, I'm starting to believe otherwise, and maybe I can pass that out. So number 2 is, I thought I needed to be the one to do that, but I should be able to delegate that. And then number 3 is, I should have delegated that thing a long time ago, but because I'm a hero, or I'm a victim, or I just didn't want to do it, I haven't done it yet, so I need to do that. All right, 1, 2, or 3. So we got the task, the amount of time it takes you, up, down, or neutral in energy, and then a 1, 2, or 3 for delegatability. Here's what we're looking for when we write this list out. Again, you should have 50, 60 at minimum of these things. You're looking at the task that takes the most amount of time, is neutral or down in energy, and is a 2 or 3 or delegatability. If you have those things, you want to keep the things that don't take a lot of time, give you a ton of energy, and are a 1. That's your new job role. And so as your job grows, we're going to take those 2 or 3s, neutral or down, and we're going to start empowering other people by training them with the RPMs of great leadership: repetition, predictability, and meaning. All right, so we've got the what to delegate. We've got the method on how to delegate it: process, train, and accountability. We've got our repetition, predictability, and meaning on how to take that process and ensure that we're training it out 52 weeks a year. We're going to add one other thing, and this is what gives us the repetition around accountability. We're going to add a marketing and sales meeting or some sort of team meeting. So that's supposed to say MTG. The meeting right here is we want to have a meeting once a week where we're holding accountable to the processes that we've delegated. Listen, the first week, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, it's going to be rough. It's not going to be perfect, but you're going to get in a habit and a cycle. And when people ask you what's the point of the meeting, it's to hold accountable for the process that we can train on a regular basis. And so you want to have an agenda. You want to have a leader of that meeting. I would actually prefer the leader not be you. Let's raise up somebody else in the business to start leading that meeting, to hold that meeting accountable. I want to tell you something I've learned about myself is in running all these meetings, and we've built all of this for our business as well. I've realized over time, and it's only taken me 11 years to realize this, but I am not a good meeting facilitator. So I've got the meeting agenda, and it's sitting right in front of me, and I still will not follow it. But I have found when I give that meeting to other people on our team, they follow the agenda top to bottom. And they start the meeting at 4 and they end the meeting at 5. Well, Scott, what if we're not done by 5? You're done at 5. Do better next week, right? We're creating this culture to where we fit the process, the training, and accountability within a certain time with repetition, predictability, and meaning, RPM. So make sure that we follow the PTA on the RPM using the NPR. I won't give you all that. But we want to know what we're going to train, when we're going to train it, how we're going to process it, and then what we're going to get off of our plate in order to effectively delegate to other people. Oh, Scott, you said the key word, other people. You know, I don't mind delegating, but where are the other people? All right, next step. I've got a killer video. It's going to be so helpful for you. Click on the link in the description below. It's going to take you to this video, how to hire, onboard, and retain this talent. And at the end of the video, make sure you stick to it because I've got a free gift that we custom built an employee training handbook along with custom templates that you can use to ensure that you have the right people so that you can start delegating. Why? I don't want you to live in chaos anymore. It is our mission at Business on Purpose to liberate owners from chaos, to make time for what matters most. And if you follow this process, you'll be able to do that.